me know when you'd like me to start as well.
Just wait. Uh,
But before hitting live, make sure everybody is on mute. Now I can see Sri on Mother's Cry screen, on YouTube screen.
I didn't spotlight him.
Manjari
Hello,
Gordon.
everyone.
Go ahead and
Yep. Hello, everyone. My name is Sri Valanki, and first off, I'd like to start off with a quick disclaimer. This seminar is being recorded, and in the event that we face some technical difficulties, the YouTube live stream will be stopped, and we will upload the recorded video at a later time. Thank you.
Hello, this is Ram Iyuni. Welcome everyone to the virtual event, 10th anniversary of Mother's Cry Incorporated, a nonprofit organization established in Jacksonville, Florida. Now I will pass it on to Uma.
Thank you. Welcome. Good afternoon, everybody. It is our pleasure to share our 10-year journey. It's very hard to believe it's already 10 years down the road from launching the Mother's Cry Inc. nonprofit 501c3 organization to bring out awareness to the general community about mental health issues. Today, we will be walking along the journey of our 10 years with snippets from our activities. And we are going to have the core team to be introduced and commonly overlooked challenges, as well as the different aspects through which we try to reach the community through the cultural wing, as well as the main issue here was free educational seminars for the youth as well as the adults. Now, here I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Ravi after I go through the main mission of Mother's Cry. The main mission, as I already mentioned, the acronym starts with an M, which is for mental well-being, not mental illness. And next, we have the reason also we could walk through this area so easily is because of the outreach. And the outreach we have done through different multi-pronged approach. And in this multi-pronged approach, we have used the means of, as I already explained, the expertise of psychiatrists and psychologists and different physicians to come and help us, and how this is going to help the impacted individuals as well as the families of the impacted, as well as the general public to be aware. Also, the most important thing we have done, well, while everything is important equally, to bring a smile to the seniors' faces who happen to be in different areas like hospice and senior homes. We have done the Christmas caroling, you will follow pretty soon. And then we also paid emphasis on music, reaching the community and increasing the self-esteem through music, and community service through fundraising programs. Now, I would hand this over to Dr. Ravi Kancha.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Usually, the May month is considered to be the mental awareness month, but we don't agree with that. We feel at Mother's Cry, every month of the every week of the every day should be Mental Awareness Day. As doctors, we see a lot of people in different diseases, in different medical conditions. If they have abdominal pain, they open up and say, I have belly pain, I have this pain, I have that pain. But unfortunately, people don't talk about their mental illness, especially Southeast Asians and Indians. After seeing increasing trend of mental illness in this community, myself along with Dr. Imayuni initially thought of bringing this awareness to the community regarding the mental health. Subsequently, a few of us got together and created a platform for the people to express their emotions and open their hearts and talk about the mental illness. The result is Mother's Cry, and the rest is history. As Dr. Yuni mentioned, the goal of the Mother Cry is to fight social stigma, provide support to the families and especially to the youth, and educate the youth to face the challenges. The initial organizers or initial founding members are Dr. Uma Yuni. As everybody know, she is a ENT surgeon and she is the backbone of our organization. And as everybody say, for every man's success there is a woman, but here there is every woman's success there is a man also. Ram Yuni, who is a general surgeon, is the man behind Dr. Uma Yuni. And this is myself and Dr. Anjali Pathak, who is a psychiatrist in Jacksonville, Florida. Next slide, please. So those are the founder members. Now, we cannot completely accomplish all the goals with those 4 members. So we expanded our team and horizons we invited several people, and these are some of the core members who are involved. I mentioned about the top 3 people, and the next, Srinivas Bharadwaj Kishore. By profession, he is a computer consultant, but he has so many other hats he wears. I'm not qualified to talk about those. He is a musician, he is a singer, he is a writer, he is a multi-talented gentleman. He comes from Tallahassee and he heads the Rasajari wing of the Mother's Cry. The next, Gokul Krishnan. He is a very energetic, enthusiastic young man who handles several things, including the youth, their activities. And we have a clinical psychologist, Reena Goyal. She comes and educates the youth and also the parents about the psychological aspects of the mental health and so on. And finally, we have another young man, is Shankar Krishnan. He is a computer consultant along with his two young children. He is always there for us to undertake any work or any action to help us reach our goals. He is from Jacksonville. Now, next slide.
My name is
We will
Reena
see.
Goyal, and I'm a clinical psychologist. I have had the distinct honor and privilege of working with the Mother's Cry organization for the past few years. Dr. Uma Yuni has done remarkable things along with her amazing team for mental health awareness in our area. She has especially helped the South Asian community by allowing our youth and even the adults to come forth with their concerns and to discuss openly the things that impact them. The Mother's Cry is an invaluable resource for our community, and I could not be more proud or happier to be a part of it.
Hello everyone, I'm Shankar Krishnan. I'd like to congratulate Mother's Cry for completing 10 successful years. Even though I'm not a founding member of this organization, Dr. Uma sees me as her bouncing board to hear out her ideas and help organize many events. It's because of Mother's Cry my son Saket gained his backstage knowledge and technical expertise. Talking has not been my best trait, so I'm going to keep it really short. My association with the group started with the release of a true story, Mother's Cry. It gave us a perspective of life that I've never been accustomed to. Even though my life or those of my near and dear have been not directly affected by mental illness, I'm now prepared to assist where I can. The organization has offered more than it originally intended and has transpired into a forum and hub for parents, teens, ordinary people to gather and share their concerns. Apart from the annual fundraiser, conference-style events have been conducted, where the guest speaker would share their experiences on how they overcame their dire circumstances. These events have allowed many of the participants to understand that they're not alone, and they too can overcome their shortfalls. Numerous other programs have been organized with knowledgeable, down-to-earth panelists who shared their subject knowledge openly. My favorite forum was when officers from the drug squad were invited to present and inform our community of their experiences so that we all know what we should and should not do. Truth be told, there has been quite a demand to conduct these events, but due to strict volunteer nature of the organization, time has always been an issue. I can keep on going, but I know for sure the future will see many more events to educate society for a happy and stable life in topics with day-to-day living. Thank you and be safe, everyone.
Hi, I'm back. Thanks, Dr. Kancha. Mother's Cry is just not an organization, it's a very big family. The core team can't function without the dedicated support of many unsung heroes. These people are responsible for helping with spreading the word, facilitating, organizing, and setting up programs and talks. Can we show the next slide, please? There are many people who deserve the gratitude. These people are the backbone of our organization who knowingly or unknowingly make a huge difference. Here you go. These are the folks that we can initially mention, but there are many more than these people, but just thought we'll just give you an idea. Now I'm going to pass it on to Dr. Uma and Dr. Kancha to let you know about some of the commonly overlooked challenges.
I think, Shankar, thank you, but we would like to listen to some of our support members. that are present here.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vijay Shri, and today I'm very happy to celebrate Mother's Cry 10th anniversary. I have known Dr. Uma and Dr. Ravi Kancha for years personally, and with Mother's Cry organization from its inception. Over the years, through this organization, I could meet many concerned parents in our community and was fortunate enough to help and guide them with speech and occupational needs by sharing whatever I know. I wish and hope Mother's Cry continues to bring out awareness and overcome stigma associated with mental health in our community. I'm very thankful to Dr. Uma and Dr. Ram and Dr. Ravi Kancha for their constant support and encouragement. I look forward to continue this journey and hope to help many more families in whatever way I can. Thank you.
This is Dr. Rashmi Chobe from Jacksonville, Florida. I just wanted to share my thoughts about mothers crying. It has been 10 years now. Mental disorders substantially underestimated in adults, depressive disorder, alcohol abuse, dependency. 1 in 4 adults experiences a mental condition each year. Mothers Cry, best thing happened in Jacksonville, Florida to help those. I give credit to Dr. Uma Uni and the dedicated team. Thank you. Dr. Uni, Jacksonville misses you very much, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Well,
Dr. Ravi.
while we have heard a few very nice compliments, however, we would like to, Dr. Ravi would like to go over just a couple of commonly overlooked, but at the same time, very really existing challenges. Dr. Ravi will be followed by me.
Thank you, Dr. Umayuni. Well, let's talk about anxiety first, because anxiety is nothing but your body's natural response to the stress. But why are we talking about it? Anxiety is normal and healthy emotion, a feeling of fear about what's going to happen next. Everyone feels anxiousness. For example, kids, first day of school, they are anxious. An adult who is going for a job or job interview feels anxiousness. Or giving a speech, some of us, including me and even the Nobel laureates, they feel anxious if they are talking in public. That's nervousness. But what are the common anxiety signs and symptoms? That's feeling nervousness, restlessness, and tension. Having a sense of impending danger, panic, and it's called impending doom, along with increased heart rate. That is sometimes it's common. However, a person when feels disproportionate levels of anxiety, that will become a medical disorder. It's called anxiety disorder. Let's talk about some of the triggers. Some of the big event are multiple small stressful situations, job loss or any other thing. Example, death in a family or death in a known circles. That can trigger anxiety. Or current finances, or currently the COVID, everybody is stressed about it. People with certain personality types are more prone to anxiety disorders than the regular people. Then what we should do? Take the time out, place yoga, listen to the music, or do something which relaxes you. Number 2, well-balanced meals. That helps. Limit of alcohol and cocaine. Why I'm bringing alcohol and cocaine now? A lot of people think that when they drink alcohol, they can suppress the stress and anxiety. That's a misnomer. That exacerbates stress and anxiety. And not enough sleep, exercise. What should we do? We should do the deep breaths, count 10, count 20, count 100, so you can lose your stress. And finally, we have to accept what we cannot control everything. So we have to help some welcome humor, maintain a positive attitude, learn about the triggers and anxiety, or talk to somebody. That's why we started this organization. You can come and talk to any one of us or anybody who is your neighbor or who is your doctor. Don't neglect it. Now, let's move on to the next topic, depression. Depression is nothing but a bad mood. Oh, I'm not in a good mood today. If that continues, it becomes depression. Major depression is the biggest problem we are facing in this country now. A lot of celebrities are committing suicide. The death rate is high among the celebrities and depressed people. I don't want to bore you with all the statistical data, but the people who are most likely affected are between 45 to 65. That's the top of the bell curve, but always there are two sides of it, younger and older. For example, 20% of the people in Afghanistan are depressed. However, when the contrast, Japanese are only 2% depressed. In our country, in the United States, 7.2% of the people are depressed. Unfortunately, women are more than the men. Depression causes brain loss. The volume of the brain, it gets shrinked. So that's a major problem. It can cause forgetfulness. But how we should overcome these problems, the depression? Train your brain for the happiness. Think positive. Memorize the happy moments. Repeat them. For example, wedding, childbirth, graduation, even the silly event happened in your life, which is smallest of the small, we should celebrate it. We should laugh. Laughter is the best therapy. If nothing works, consult your doctor. Now I request Dr. Uma Yuni to talk about anger and substance abuse. Thank you. Umaji.
Thank you, Ravi. While we are trying to bring out just common symptoms, while all of us that are here right now are only going to guide towards what we need to look for. And it is up to the experts, and we will direct them to the experts. So this is an open platform wherein we are trying to bring the awareness of these very common, very natural symptoms, wherein there is a very subtle line between an emotion versus when it becomes non-functional. Anger is one of the most basic human emotions. However, at the point of time where it is going to hurt oneself or hurt somebody else, physically or emotionally, that's when we need to know how to manage the anger management. And straight away, I have no claims to saying that I know what to do. I would directly refer to the psychologist and the psychiatrist. Similarly, maybe going forward, we will talk a little about the substance abuse, which unfortunately last 2 decades, and especially the reason we are focusing more and more on the youth about this awareness is a very highly functioning individual there is a subtle change in the behavior. There is, so these are the things that we need to be alert. By no means, and we already have the very beginning of the statement, our mission is to bring the awareness. So we always suggest to listen more and to watch. In this day and age when we are all very, very, very busy, sometimes we miss our most precious time with our youth. And now we talk about our 10-year journey. And I'll hand it over to Gokul Krishnan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Uni and Dr. Kancha. Hello all, my name is Gokul. I help in the logistics, especially around the seminars and other events. And it brings me immense satisfaction to be part of the organization, and thus by serving our community. The positive impact this has had on our youth is tremendous. What is a community? It's a group of people in a place have share common things. Things could be such as culture, could be religion, or it could be service. Well, Mother's Cry is a service organization focusing on the mental well-being of people in our community. So in the last decade, there were many free educational seminars conducted, and many, including myself, have learned quite a bit. Things such as building self-esteem, and like Shankar mentioned earlier, the perception of life, and it's huge on your life and the other's life. And finally, what Dr. Uni said, we belong. So that's there were many more, but those were some of the important ones that personally touched on me. So these seminars touched on various subjects that many ignore to bring up, or even afraid to discuss, like you heard Dr. Kancha share anxiety, depression, and Dr. Umar touched on topics. Those are not things that people want to talk and ignore it. But well, Mother's Cry, with open discussions with all the seminars, has encouraged the youth to find solution, right? So there was an instance where parents and the students, their sons and daughters were in the class. They understood each other's perception, something that was an icebreaker. A lot of times the kids didn't know what the parents thought, parents didn't know what the kids were thinking. So with that said, again, it's a wonderful journey, and we have a small PowerPoint slideshow to show you. That was wow. That was 10 years and 5 minutes for you all. So last but not the least, we want to thank all the professionals, doctors, various other professionals, volunteers, kids who came forward, participated, and also learned quite a bit from that. So thank you. Thanks to all of you. Now with that, I would hand over to Smriti for the next segment. Thank you.
Thank you, Gokul Uncle. Mother's Cry has been very influential to the youth as it has created a safe space for us to talk and share. We have learned so much from these seminars, and these values is what we can take on further in life. There have been many cultural programs in which we, the youth, have been a part of, and that has set a benchmark for us to reach up to as the torchbearers of Mother's Cry. Now let us see our friends talk about their impact and experiences from Mother's Cry.
Hello, my name is Sri Valanki, and congratulations to everyone at Mother's Cry for 10 years. That is a huge achievement. And a special congratulations and a huge thank you to Umanti for giving us these opportunities and organizing these events where parents and children alike can come together and voice our concerns and opinions and get advice from not only professionals but others who might be in the same situation. For me, Mother's Cry really helped me making the transition from high school to college. Initially, I struggled with not only time management but also budgeting financially. And going to these Mother's Cry events had given me an insight and given me so much advice about how to better manage my own time, as well as the different benefits that it might have, not only academically, but in terms of my mental health and mental well-being. Same goes for budgeting financially. And it's not something that you learn in one event. I'm constantly still learning new things, whether it be at Mother's Cry's events or not. But hearing that at a Mother's Cry event definitely opened my ears and my eyes to looking for different new solutions to increase or better my time management as well as the budgeting. Again, Umanti, I can't say this enough. Thank you so much. Your events and your dedication to this organization has been amazing and very, very beneficial, not only to me, but to a lot of us out here as well. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sai Concha, and I'm a fourth year at the University of Virginia. I've had the distinct privilege of working with Mother's Cry over the past several years, and it has been an honor to work with Dr. Uma and our entire team, as they have done a great job of giving back to the entire Jacksonville community, and especially the South Asian community. Personally, I have very much enjoyed being able to have open and honest discussions with my fellow peers surrounding issues that we're having in our community, and being able to engage in honest discussions with parents as well. This open relationship between parents and kids that Mother's Cry provides is an invaluable resource for our community. I've had a pleasure working with Mother's Cry over the past several years, and I am excited to continue to do so. Congrats on a great 10 years.
Hello, my name is Smriti Shankar Krishnan. Mother's Cry is a well-known organization that I have been closely affiliated with. Though the original doctrine was to spread awareness of mental health issues, over the years it has expanded to allow us to easily talk and share our experiences with everyone. Mother's Cry has always been a safe space for me, and I've always enjoyed coming to the seminars. And I've enjoyed talking with my friends, making new friends, and helping one another in the process. Living in India for 4 years, I had gone through a lot of bullying. My classmates would tease me often, and I was a hindsight to their taunts. After I returned to the US, I participated in many of the seminars. Mother's Cry truly helped me cope and seek help. The suggestions from these seminars helped me realize that I'm special in my own way. I'm very fortunate to have presented in a couple of seminars regarding time management and AP versus IB. Our views and opinions over certain matters are greatly appreciated and taken into effect. We get to talk about things that may be bothering us, and we can definitely share with no barrier amongst the participants and the professionals in the room. Mother's Cry will always be my safe space. Thanks to Mother's Cry, we discuss issues from various topics pertaining to teenagers and society. I get to interact with many professionals, and I hope to share my experiences in future sessions to the new members of Mother's Cry, along with my other peers. Thank you, Dr. Umayuni, for introducing this organization to me. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Rishi, and I want to talk about my experience with Mother's Cry so far. For me, Mother's Cry has been a place where I can talk to my peers openly about any problems, ideas, or just topics in general, so that we can relate, learn from other people's experiences, or just to solve a problem. And my favorite topic that we've talked about so far were parent and child relationships. I really like this topic because it helped me get closer with my parents or just understand why they do the things that they do. And it opened my mind and let me see how hard my parents worked for me and my sister to have a good life. And Mother's Cry has just opened my mind about many other things, many other topics, and it's let me see a new world of many things. So my experience with Mother's Cry has been very great so far, and I'm loving it.
Hi, my name is Nihal Kala, and congrats on 10 years of Mother's Cry. I have been involved with Mother's Cry since its inception in 2010. Over the years, I have been involved with many events from this organization, such as the seminars discussing various issues in mental health, and the fundraisers, and even the musical where I acted as young Swami Vivekananda. The amount of growth I have witnessed in this organization has been tremendous, and I am overjoyed to know how much Mother's Cry is really doing to stop the stigma surrounding mental health issues. And some of the activities that I remember and cherish fondly were singing Christmas carols at the hospice, the bullying stress homework seminar, which I got to participate by talking to adults and children about the problems that they're facing. And all of these experiences have led me to look through a newfound lens in which how I perceive and treat other people. And even I took all these lessons from Mother's Cry and applied it throughout my college experience, where I volunteered for this organization called Fit for All, where I helped people with disabilities improve their physical well-being by performing exercises and making them promote and boost their self-esteem. I would like to thank Dr. Uma for being a major catalyst in bringing awareness about this organization and making an impact on many people's lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Nihal.
Hi, my name is Anish Chaurati, and I've been attending Mother's Cry seminars since I was in 7th or 8th grade. And this was around the time that I was making the transition from middle to high school. This was a pretty scary time for me because I'd heard lots of stories that high school was much harder than middle school, and I was worried that I would not be able to succeed in high school. However, I attended seminars held by Mother's Cry and Uma Auntie, and they really helped me feel more confident about making the journey into high school. Seeing all the people there that were willing to support each other and give each other advice gave me the confidence to be able to reach out and ask for help if I needed it. And to me, that is really what is so incredible about Mother's Cry. It is a community of amazing people who are always ready to help each other out and give each other advice, and I'm really glad that I can count myself a part of this family and community.
Hi, I'm Mohan Ravi. I, like many other students here tonight, am lucky enough to say that I've been mentored by Dr. Umayuni throughout my childhood. I have been involved in Mother's Cry as a panelist when I was in college, helping provide my 2 cents on my experiences with transitions between the high school and college years. and I'm currently in my last year of medical school. If I were to reflect on my experiences both with Mother's Cry but also with the field of mental health, I'd like to say this. You are not alone in your mental health struggles. Each of us knows someone, whether that be ourselves, family members, or close friends, who've been impacted by mental health struggles during one point in our lives. Oftentimes, it can feel very isolating going through such a struggle, and I strongly believe that it's by sharing our story, one of the best ways to communicate a message, a story, that we can feel less alone and hopefully inspire others to start their own mental health journey. I'm really grateful for organizations like Mother's Cry to give a platform for spreading the importance of mental health. And I think it's through sharing stories that we can destigmatize mental health, recognize that we're all in this together, and most importantly, know that we're not alone. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, my name is Satvik Kuravi.
And my name is Sanvi Kuravi.
What Mother's Cry means to me is a place where people can learn new things from like a group of expert panelists, especially that Mother's Cry talks about how it pertains to our community, which I think is something very special that you can't get at other organizations.
Mother's Cry also teaches people many lessons that can be applied in everyday life, and we've had really interesting panels, such as our panel about college and even money management.
Hey everyone. I'd just like to take a quick moment before we carry on with the rest of the seminar to really emphasize how Mother's Cry has given us a platform to talk about one thing that's been common in a lot of these notes is the transition that us as students make from middle school through high school to college and even after college. There are going to be a lot of issues that we have that we're going to face and that we've already faced, and having this platform to openly come and talk about what issues we face and how to better overcome those issues on our road to our goals has been very beneficial, as everyone has said in this seminar so far. So I'd like to thank Dr. Uma on 10 years of Mother's Cry and everyone who has helped put this seminar together. And I look forward to another 10 years and another 20th year celebration. So thank you, Wanti. Thank you, everyone here at Mother's Cry. And now I'd like to pass it off to Smriti to talk about the community outreach and service. Thank you.
Thank you. Mother's Cry has been an integral part of the community by having support groups, Christmas caroling for old age homes and hospices, and the cultural programs, namely Buddha, Swami Vivekananda, Mother Teresa, and Nature the Magnificent. We portrayed the good deeds of Swami Vivekananda, Buddha, and Mother Teresa, which we shared with the society. And Nature the Magnificent was also performed for Puerto Rico's Hurricane Relief Fund. Now for a glimpse of some of Mother's Cry services and their community outreach.
Honey, we're not just a couple anymore. We're going to be mom and dad.
Wow!
Look at your son. He doesn't care about me.
That is not true. Maybe he doesn't hear you well. Let us get him checked. See, Mrs. Smith, your son disrupts the class. Can you discipline him, please? I am sorry. Let me talk to him. He's only a little boy. I am so embarrassed. The teacher called me at work. Little Scotty is making a lot of mischief. I don't know what to do. He doesn't seem to understand.
It looks like we may be dealing with autism spectrum.
Referral to intervention pediatrician, speech therapist. Resources for the diagnosis and initiation of therapy. The resources are pediatrician, intervention pediatrician, the internet sources like Autism Speaks, therapy is occupational, speech therapy, and sometimes physical therapy. Very important, positive attitude and humor, realistic expectations. Parenting as such is a challenge. It is not anyone's fault. Life just happens.
Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Now on to Kishore uncle to talk about our cultural wing Rasajari.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Srinivas Bharadwaj Kishore. I'm a core member of Mother's Cry and also a founder and core member of Rasajari, a cultural wing of Mother's Cry. People may have a question on why an organization focusing on building awareness on mental illness should have a cultural wing. Slide, please. Studies have shown that music has therapeutic effect and it has its beneficial effect on those suffering from mental illnesses too. Here is a reference, one of the authentic studies in the subject. Can you move to the next one, please? Yeah. Likewise, can you move to the next one? Likewise, watching people dance to music has a psychedelic effect, and for the one dancing, it provides additional benefit of exercise. Studies referred here indicate that positive impact on those suffering from mental illness like depression. In addition to both these, most important part is by participating in cultural events, either as a participant, promotes sense of community spirit, acceptance and belonging, and more importantly, team spirit. Hence, the core members of Mother's Cry considered collaborating with Rasajhari to provide the cultural services extension to Mother's Cry's activities. Rasajhari was started by these four in 2005. As you can see, two of Mother's Cry's core members are core members in Rasajhari too. Both these wear different hats in Rasajhari as writer, musician, and a director. Shubhasri Narayanan, another core member, is an extremely talented musician and chief choreographer. And Krish Sitaraman is another multifaceted individual who contributes in several ways in Rasajhari's activities. In addition to the core members, we have a big contingent of supporting members who are common to both Rasajhari and Mother's Cry, who you will be seeing in a few later slides. Rasajhari's motto was to expose to the West rich culture from the East, mainly from the Indian subcontinent, and additionally to provide socially relevant services which will benefit society in which we are all a part of. In the last 15 years, Rasajhari has presented several music and dance shows. Here are a few major Broadway-style musicals with elements of music, dance, and action on stage, produced by Rasajhari. Most of them based on lives and teachings of personalities who have promoted themes which are in line with Mother's Cry's main motto. In 2005, we started a musical staged in 3 cities to raise funds to provide relief for victims of devastating Hurricane Katrina. Starting in 2011, all productions were in collaboration with Mother's Cry. In 2011, to thematically portray peace as a message in line with Mother's Cry's motto, we presented a show on Buddha in Indian classical dance form. And this show was also used to bring some reserves for Mother's Cry, which had just started. In 2013, we presented a Broadway-style musical on Swami Vivekananda, a show portraying courage as theme. Moving on, in 2016, portraying faith as a theme, we presented another musical based on service-oriented life of then Mother Teresa. It was a divine coincidence that she was given sainthood around the same time we presented this show. Moved by the devastation caused by Hurricane Irma, Mother's Cry put together all the talents at its disposal. In addition, collaborating with a few more artistic organizations, we presented a grand Broadway-style show, Nature the Magnificent, portraying how when nature in harmony maintains life form in balance and when it goes berserk can cause havoc. This show netted over $20,000, which we ensured that a few families devastated by hurricane got benefited directly with no overheads. On popular demand, Rasajhari and Mother's Cry together brought back a totally new version of Buddha, this time in English, and combining artistic skills of various forms of music and dance. This was staged in 3 times in 2 different cities. As mentioned earlier, we have entered into an artistic collaboration with 2 organizations, and here is a message from Mrs. Aurora Hansen, who leads both the organizations. These are a few snippets from some of the Broadway-style musical shows we have presented. Those were some snippets from the Broadway style musicals which we had presented. Now I'll bring a message from Mrs. Aurora Hansen, whom we had collaborated with for our cultural shows over the last 2 years.
Congratulations to Mother's Cry in its 10th anniversary. Your passion for helping people from all walks of life through the arts has been a blessing to many. The Tallahassee Community College Dance Company and the ballet students from Truesdale Gymnastics Center have had the opportunity to create and perform in Nature the Magnificent in Buddha. Their experiences have given them incredible opportunity to work with individuals who continue to help make this world better. We salute you, and we will all continue to help make this world a better place to be.
As a part of a cultural wing of Mother's Cry, Rasajari will continue to work towards betterment of the society. Back to the Master of Ceremony.
Well, you came along with us over our 10-year journey, and I cannot start the number of people that came together, and this is a community acknowledged, community involved, both as Southeast Asian community as well as the local American community, and because there are no boundaries for either service or for knowledge. So with that, we would like to thank all the organizations, teams, and individuals. They have provided artistic, coordination support, organizational support, and venues, especially when we needed practices, and to make every event a grand success. However, our main mission is to show that we belong. Every one of us belongs together in this community, and this especially to those of the individuals who have challenges, not to feel lost or alone. So hence our main theme is expressed in this last song, which is We Belong. And I hope that we all hope as a team together to be able to go forward and continue the journey. And especially, we couldn't have done any of these events without your support and your attendance. So please continue the mission of awareness, and in the sense that every individual should belong with equal dignity like any other individual, even whether or not they have a mental health challenge. The support of the families and the support of the community are the mainstay for the belonging of challenged individuals as well as their families. We hope that you watched our walk through the 10 years and enjoyed. And please do continue our walk with us to these goals that we need to achieve and accomplish. Again, thank you very much. And then I need to thank especially, I know that
obnoxious. We laugh and have tears like all
Thank you all. That is our 10-year journey. And thank you one and all. My specific special thanks to my core team, as well as the technical team that helped me put all these things together, helped us. This is Surekha Kishore and Manjari Gokul, Shankar Krishnan, Gokul Krishnan, Kishore. I don't think we have, I will take another hour at least, but then I do not want to. Thank you all very much for your time, and we hope to continue our journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can everybody be in gallery view?
Thank you, everyone.